Well, the year before I joined, they were still in station wagons. I mean,
Yeah.
and then when, by the time I joined, after the Endless Summer thing came out, I mean, we had generally there was a plane for the smokers and a plane for the non-smokers. And Mike didn't necessarily want to fly with, I hate to say this, but, with one of the brothers who's no longer around. But I mean, just they had different lifestyles. So
Sure.
why put them together and make themselves uncomfortable? And they
Sure.
had the money, so they just had different travel,
Sure.
and so I mean, to me, I certainly was no rock star, but we were living like rock stars. I wasn't
Sure.
being paid like a rock star, but we were living like it.
Sure.
Somebody picks up your bag and puts it on the something, and I mean, didn't have to carry my own equipment. That was the first. That was a first. Didn't have to plug in my own piano.
Yeah.
But and then the Chicago thing was fantastic because what happened was, the Beach Boys were going to use the Chicago horns on the Beach Boys set now,
Sure.
and they asked me if I would just kind of write out the parts. Well, the horn parts for many of the Beach Boys songs are very rudimentary. I mean, there's nothing fancy, right?
Sure.
So I went out to Jimmy Panko's house one day out in Malibu, and Walter and Lee and Jimmy were there, and I brought my my piece my parts for them, and they're just laughing at me, and I said, hey, listen, I'm not a bad horn player. Oh, yeah. So in the end, I ended up playing trombone in
Wow.
Chicago on that tour. They did a fourth part on many, like Feeling Stronger, a lot of, not the whole tour, not the whole set, but a lot of their set. And
Wow.
it was just a thrill for me. I
Sure.
was a pretty good trombone player in high school, and I still had the chops then. And they didn't, there was nobody was embarrassed by my playing. I mean, it was fun. So that was like a real high point to me, that
Sure.
tour.